The Super Mario movies are woke. This has been true since the first film. The first movie they made was already woke. A lot of people gave a pass to that movie for very different reasons. One of the main reasons they gave a pass to the movie was because they are desperate for a win. You are weak, you are weak-minded, and you are willing to criticize easy targets like Highguard, that stupid new game that just came out that is basically Concord 3, is the low-hanging fruit. You are going for the low-hanging fruit. It's easy to criticize a very on-the-nose woke game, a game that was infected from the beginning with cultural Marxism. But what about the other targets, like the Mario movies? Why does nobody is saying anything about them? Just like the new version of Lara Croft, just like how you all let the destruction of Lara Croft to happen, you allowed it to happen. You allowed the destruction of Lara Croft. And now they are giving you a new nerfed version once again, and people are making blind eye about it or even defending it as if it's somehow the real Lara Croft we are getting, and we are not. So you are all a bunch of cowards. You're afraid of criticizing and speaking about things that need to be spoken. You're afraid to saying the truth. I never watched the first movie because my pattern recognition was easily triggered by that redesign of Princess Peach. What they are portraying in those movies is not Princess Peach, it's Princess Peach. That is the result of the wokification of Princess Peach. That is what happens when you allow women, feminists and simps to destroy the things that you like. And the problem is that they of course were going to do it again because you accepted the demake, the degeneration of Princess Peach in the first movie. So you can only expect things to go worse. Many are going to defend this shit by saying that in the original it was the same. I fucking know. But back then I didn't do videos, but now I do, and I am going to speak my piece about this travesty. The Mario movies are infected with feminist garbage, and I bet that if I took the time to watch the first movie, I would find more instances of woke garbage. The voice actress Anya Taylor-Joy refused to play the character unless she was modernized. She said, I really want to do this, but I only want to do it if she's a modern, not only princess, but ruler. Once again, simps allowing women to get away with the destruction of your hobbies, of your entertainment. She's really a leader in this. I felt like we could create more three-dimensional character that had her own agency. Fuck you, you stupid bitch. You have no right to come to our spaces and change shit. I will not allow it. So those fucking movies can go to hell. They are not Mario movies. They are your modern audience, modern times, effeminate, woke clown circus, slop. That is what they are. But those are not the Mario movies. I'd rather go and watch the original old as fuck Mario movies that are much better than this garbage. Simping must be classified as a mental disorder, just like fanaticism. Because at its core, being a simp, it's being a women fanatic. You are a fanboy of women. So you allow them to get away with everything because you're a fanatic of women. You worship them because you have a mental disorder. How is it possible that we allow this simpism to thrive? Why are we allowing it? And how is it possible that this behavior is taking over the minds of men? The simple answer is that it's the fault of feminism, because now that women were allowed to get away with everything, and now that women get to decide everything in society, and now that men are completely emasculated, the only way these idiots see it possible to have a woman with them is if they bend over backwards to them. And you know what is funny? That even after doing that, they don't get the women. They don't. And you know who gets the women? The chats. The ones that don't give a fuck about them. The ones that don't bend over backwards for them. Not you. Not you stupid simp that allow OnlyFans to thrive. Not you stupid simp that allow female streamers that are useless to thrive, not you. You get zero, you know what. So these pieces of shit went above and beyond to transform Princess Peach into a feminist garbage character, and you allowed it. And now you are going to defend the newest movie again, and you're going to blind yourselves and say that the movie isn't woke. And the reason why is because maybe you're a fanatic of Mario, maybe you're a fanatic of Nintendo, so you feel the need to defend your cult. Or maybe you're just a fanatic of women and you can't tolerate people like me that criticize women, that criticize the power that Sims have given to women and how they are destroying everything in Western society. You need to understand, a society that doesn't control their women is doomed to fail, and you're seeing it happen live. You are seeing it happening. Just look at the US.
Bring the lion out, bring the lion out, bring the lion out.
And the problem is that white people, white men, are the biggest simps. Yes, they are, because the countries where feminism thrived, where feminism started, were white countries. White men are at fault because they couldn't put a stop to feminism. And now every other country has to have feminism. What is what people say about Iran, about Syria, about all of these Muslim countries? One of the main things they say on why do the West needs to invade the Middle East is because the poor women there, they suffer a lot. They need feminism. We need to export feminism to these brown countries. Fuck you white men. We don't need your shitty feminism. It's you, the ones that have been unable to put a stop to white women. And now the rest of the world has to pay for your weakness, for your inability to control your women. And there is a group of people that are using women to destroy civilization. These people, this oligarchy, is using women to go against men. Your women are not your allies, not anymore. They are completely ideologized. Their whole being is completely corrupt now. Most modern women, I will bet it's about 90% of women, have the feminist virus in their minds. And there is no surprise that mental illness, mental disorders are very common in modern women. No shit. Feminism puts women against themselves. Feminism makes women hate women. Feminism makes women hate men, and essentially they hate their whole existence. This is why you see these feminist women that completely destroy their own appearance. This is why you see that is not normal, and white men allow feminism to thrive. You should have put a stop to feminism, but you failed. You failed. I see all of these white men, very proud, nationalists, but then they keep simping for their women and they keep defending their shit behavior. And they think that they should simp more. They think they should simp more. And they don't even believe there is anything to fix about women. They don't. They are willing to marry these modern women. They are so dumb. And if you see the design of Princess Peach, she is the embodiment, the personification of these modern white women that is completely ideologized, completely ideological, full feminist, bossy, obnoxious, insufferable, annoying, entitled, etc. All you need to see is her expression, and the problem is that bitch, Princess Peach, it's here to stay, because they released a new game a few years ago with the name Princess Peach Showtime, and in the Japan release the box was pretty much what you can expect of a Princess Peach video game. But then you see the Western release and you start noticing that they changed the design of the cover. And what do you see in the new design? Princess Peach. That is what you see in the new design. You need to understand how bad things are. Asian countries, Japan thinks that a submissive damsel in distress looking Princess Peach is the best looking and the best character design. But for some reason they think that for the West you need Princess Peach, and guess what? It's because you actually need Princess Peach, because you're emasculated. You don't want a submissive woman anymore. You don't. You want a bossy woman by your side because you are completely manipulated already. All of that fetish message about transformer women or women with male sexual organs, it's the reality of what you have become. You have become a cock. You have become a weak man. That is what you are, a weak man. That seems for women, and this is why you allow this change and you say nothing about it. Oh, but Highguard, who gives a shit about Highguard? Oh, but the Star Wars game that came out last year, who gives a shit? Easy prey, low hanging fruit. Oh, but Concord, nobody gives a fuck. Why do you think they give you this easy praise? For you to chew them easily. Why do you think? Because it's easy. Because they want you to focus on those games. It's a red herring. They are giving you the thing that you need to be angry about. Go ahead, be angry about Concord, but don't be angry about the Mary movie. Don't be angry about it. Don't be angry about the reduction of the breasts of Lara Croft. Don't even notice it. Look at Highguard. We are giving you a new Concord. Look at it. You are fucking NPC. You are easily programmed. You are easily manipulated. And you know why? It's because you don't use your brain. It's because you have group thinking. It's because you're in a cult. It's because you're afraid to think for yourself. This is why you watch streamers like Asmongold. This is why you watch Nick Fuentes. This is why you watch Joe Rogan. This is why you watch Donald Trump stupid speeches where he just repeats the same thing over and over again. It's because all of you are part of a fucking cult. There are many different cults, but you are part of a fucking cult and you're not willing to think for yourselves, and this is why they are winning. This is why the oligarchy is going to win, and voices like mine are going to be lost in the background.
Okay. I can see why you felt such hopelessness. The more anxious the people grow, the more they choose blind fanaticism over confronting their fears. This was no fault of yours. Simply their nature.
The few people like me that are truly awakened to this deception are not going to be heard, and we are not going to be given the reach. And let's be honest. Let's be fucking honest. They don't even care. Because for sure, they are not going to give us the reach because they are not stupid. Because there is always a possibility that some crazy guys like me start waking up some people and they don't want to risk it. But they also know that humanity is completely checkmated, and they know that even if we were given reach and visibility, it wouldn't be enough. We wouldn't be unable to break most people from the spell they are in. These evil warlocks cast a spell. You're under a spell. You're under the spell of mind control. Some of you are even charmed. Some of you are even charmed, you fucking pathetic losers. And you don't have the willpower to get out of that stupid spell. And we are trying. We are fucking trying. The few people like me are trying to wake you the fuck up of this stupid spell you're under, and you refuse because you love this spell. You love being mind controlled. You don't want to wake up.
The king's magic. To what end?
To purify all that your kind have left to rot. You threw away your ideals, but I will never make that mistake.
Only the people's chosen may take the throne. The royal scepter and its resting place remain beyond you.
This royal scepter, the royal magic. Did you think that only generations of kings were aware of their secrets? Why someone can manipulate world-changing power by use of only a single scepter? Why only those supported by the people can use it? Listen well, O king. The truth behind the royal magic. So it's true. The country truly is putrid with sin. In other words, if I took hold of it now, then I would have the power to change the world itself.
How didst thou learn of this?
How?
They are now making a Zelda movie, and the same thing is going to happen there. Zelda is going to be a boss girl, a bossy bitch. At the very least, they are going to go for the whole warrior women. I'm a warrior woman. Shit like that. Come on, man.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
This stupid archetype of this bossy bitch, this feminist bitch, this women warrior. It's been years and you're still making blind eye to it because you're a fanatic. They also changed Donkey Kong. They made Donkey Kong look like he got Down syndrome. What a shitty design. And you went ahead and bought the stupid new game because you can't control yourselves anymore. You can't. You're a fucking disgrace. You're a fucking disgrace. You're sad. You're fucking sad losers that are going to allow everything to get even worse. There is this phrase of George Orwell that I like a lot that says it was always the women and above all the young ones who were the most bigoted adherents of the party, the followers of slogans, the amateur spies and nosers out of unorthodoxy. Throughout history, many men like him have noticed that this is the behavior and the nature of women, and you still choose to trust them. Even though they have been completely brainwashed by feminism, you still choose to trust them when you shouldn't. Women need our help and they are never going to get the help they need. If you men refuse to help yourselves. The reason why women are completely hysterical is because they can't find the firmness, the strong men out there. Now, I am not going to place the blame on men because the reason why men are the way they are right now is because of feminism. But in essence, men are to blame because they didn't saw this shit coming. They allowed feminism to thrive, white men specifically. But now it's the time to stop simping. Now it's the time to put a stop to feminism. For over a century, feminism has destroyed Western society and all societies because they want to export this garbage everywhere. Why do you think, like I said, why do you think this is the first topic that arises when the discourse is around a foreign country, a Middle East country, for example? The very first thing they speak about is how women are oppressed by that state. It's not a coincidence. They know that the first step to destroy a society is to destroy the women, to make the women crazy, and that puts men on a checkmate because men actually love women and they don't want to hurt them, even though in some societies they do, and I am not justifying that. The control I advocate for women is a control that brings them protection, and that certainly brings men protection. We can't have a functional society when men and women are at odds with each other. We can't. And this mockery of Princess Peach reminds me of the damage feminism has done to our society and the damage that it's going to keep going because men refuse to put a stop to it. Go ahead, keep criticizing your Highguard, your Concords, your Star Wars Outlaws, your easy targets. Go ahead, keep pretending that you're winning. You ridiculous loser. You're not winning shit because you're a loser. We are losing. We are fucking losing because you refuse to acknowledge this type of invasion of our spaces. You refuse because you're a coward, because you're a fanatic, because you're both, because you're a fucking disgrace. And your ancestors will be ashamed of you, you weak, pathetic loser.